today on the microphone is the fact that Black and Nobel is the cultural heart of Philadelphia. The fact that it's an oasis in the wasteland. It's a hedge against the deviltry and the idolatry and the ignorance that infest our community. It's a place where you can go to get out of the rain and the pain and some of the misery and, I guess you could say, confusion of life right now, because we have people who have smartphones, but they do a lot of dumb shit. It's like we have lost the art of communication. We have lost the art of conversation. We have lost the art of being able to communicate with each other. Most people, see how I'm right in front of the camera looking you in your face all over the world? Most people can't even look you in the face when they talk to you. To me, to my man Khalid, the brother Hawk, and to any man of substance with red-blooded, masculine, melanated blood flowing through his body, a weak handshake and the inability to look a man in the face when you talk to him, that institutes to me one of three things. A, you're weak. 2, you flim-flam. And 3, you're probably lying, and you may or may not be engaged in heterosexually challenged activities. I'm just saying. And none of that really matters, but we just calling it like we see it. And don't get it twisted. I dress as I'm supposed to dress. I mean, some days I skew fashion, but I've come to the realization that our people are caught in the illusionary matrix of how you present a message as opposed to the message itself. Where I could wrap $1,000 bill in some shitty toilet paper and nobody would take it. I could give you a big box of nothing with some pretty wrappings and a nice card, and you'll take the big box of nothing because you don't want to go through the shit you got to go through to get the $1,000. We want everything nice, pretty, organized. That's not life, man. Life is about coming back from the adversity. Life is about from challenging stereotypes and thinking outside the box. For instance, I never would have dressed like this. I used to think all the people that wore these type of clothes was fruit booties, flim-flammers, heterosexually challenged male models, you feel me? But as I changed, thanks to CMOS Gold, as I changed, thanks to infiltrating myself and instituting myself around more and more like-minded individuals who forced me to I guess you could say reevaluate my stereotypes, because whether I was Christian, whether I was Catholic, whether I was Nation of Islam, whether I was a Hebrew Israelite, whether I was a God body, or whether I am now somewhat of an agnostic where I do believe that there is a higher power, but I don't sit around waiting for somebody to resurrect themselves and come back. I pray like everything depends upon God, but I act like everything depends upon me. Black people got too much religion. We need to stop looking for the kingdom of God and start looking for the kingdom of finance. It's a reason why the preacher asks you for money on Sunday. Jesus, if you believe in that particular brand of philosophy of religion, was a poor man who hung out with the criminals, the tax collectors, and the destitute. He didn't hang out with the rich and the famous. He didn't go around asking for money and donations to preach the word of God. So I say this to you: Savior means save yourself. Black people, any people, save your MFing self. Know the ledge before you fall off into uncivilization. Because
Jesus is not coming, man. I mean,
no, he ain't coming.
Allah ain't coming. Ain't nobody coming. Only black people can save black people, man.
Yep. Because guess what? When that little girl is cursing up a storm on the subway in the L, Jesus ain't going to come and correct her and tell her that that's not the way to be, young lady. As much as my Muslim friends may disagree with me, Prophet Muhammad ain't coming to check her. You got to do it. You got to check her.
Let me say something to the religious community.
You got to check her.
Especially if you're a Christian. If you're a Christian, Jesus is not a troll. I mean, Jesus is not an internet troll, and he's not a hater. Jesus never ran around telling people they was going to hell
and
shame on you and all of that. If you know something better than somebody, teach. Show them the better way.
Show me the better way.
Don't condemn somebody and cast them to hell and think you better than them because you're doing good.
Because people
Jesus was the teacher. Yes. So if you're a Christian and you're supposed to be Christ-like, then act like Christ and teach. You know what I mean?
You know, a lot of my brothers and sisters run around with this little bandana or this little wristband. What is it? WWJD. What would Jesus do? I don't know what Jesus would do because I wasn't there. But I could tell you one thing that Jesus would not do. He would not go on other people of knowledge and respect's page and disrespect them and tell them that they're going to burn in hell simply for teaching his own brand of philosophy. Because what you got to understand is, if Christianity is named after Christ and Christ is a title and not a name, what did your man Jesus actually believe in, and what did he actually teach, and why was he actually killed? And this is what you got to realize.
Jesus was not a preacher. So stop listening to these preachers. You know what I mean? Jesus was a teacher. You know what I mean?
Teach
over preach.
And what I have a problem with our so-called preachers is, why do you only preach out of one side of the Bible? Why do you only preach about the things that coincide with your message? Teach it all. See, that's what we talk about here at Black and Nobel. We like the holistic knowledge of things. For instance, when people want to talk about hip-hop and they want to put their little spins and stereotypes on hip-hop, you must understand that hip-hop has never been a completely black thing. Hip-hop has never been a completely accepted thing. And the more that hip-hop is accepted and distributed amongst the masses, the weaker it gets. It was never intended for everybody. It was only intended for the select few who represented the 5 elements of the culture. The DJing, the breakdancing, the b-boying, the hip-hopping, and the artistic graffiti. It's 5 elements of this hip-hop thing. Y'all only got it broke down to 1, spitting. And if you know anything about rap music, a rapper was just somebody who had a very smooth auditory and transitional game with the ladies. In other words, his rap was strong. He could make woo to a woman and talk her out of her drawers. Sort of like Teddy Pendergrass back in the day, who had all woman shows. Ask your grandma, ask your older aunt. Teddy Pendergrass was so skilled at the art of wooing a woman, so skilled at the art of dropping auditory love bombs without ever having to curse or be pornographic in his delivery, that he had all women shows with a Philadelphia Spectrum, sold out 20,000 women, no men allowed. They had their panties on the stage for Teddy. Teddy could talk them right out of their drawers. But interestingly enough, guess what happened to Teddy? Teddy got caught with one of our most famous 76ers, who I will not name. His wife and Teddy and a she-male got caught on Roosevelt Boulevard in a compromising situation, and Teddy ended up getting paralyzed. Bet y'all didn't know that's how Teddy Pendergrass ended up in the wheelchair. Point I'm trying to make is, EBOGWP is filled with historical stories. EBOGWP, EBOG5919 is a walking, talking, living, breathing Tyrannosaurus hip-hop Rex. I should be broken down and put in a space capsule. They should take me to the Smithsonian Institute, because a lot of the changes that have developed in America, a lot of the changes that have developed in this society, politically, socially, economically, educationally, and most importantly, hip-hopily, yeah, I made up a word, I have lived through, I have mastered, and I am still moving, grooving, and doing me at almost 50 years old. You too can be as shiny and glistening and as flossy as I am at 50 if you follow some simple rules. Number 1, be about what you say you're about. People say practice what you preach. I say preach what I practice. I am a walking, talking, living, breathing example of what I say I am. I get up in the morning, I make my salat, I make my prayer. You call it what you want to call it. I don't specifically call on no deity. I just close my eyes, take a deep breath, and be like, thank you for allowing me to wake up today. Give me the strength to deal with all I must deal with today. Give me the wisdom to know who I can help, and the wisdom to know who I can't, and the serenity to accept it both. Amen, Allah, Jesus, whatever name you want to call it, because a rose by any other name is just as sweet. I then prepare myself for the day by doing stretches, because I'm almost 50 years old and I have several football related and street related injuries that if I don't take care of them in the morning, it's going to F up my day. And I refuse to be the fat, nasty, out of shape old head in the clothes that ain't up to date and modernized. I will always be relevant. But as you get older, in order to keep up your disguise, in order to keep up your sunshine, in order to keep up your physical features, you have to work twice as hard. You can't stuff your face with cheesesteaks and hoagies every night at 3 o'clock in the morning and go to sleep and wonder why your stomach is hanging over your toes. You gotta understand why you only able to give one nut when you get with your shorty or your side piece and you done after that one. Because you can't keep eating the fried chicken. You can't keep drinking the Ciroc night after night. You can't keep popping the Hennessy and popping the Perks and popping the Xannies and smoking the loud every single day, day after day, night after night. I'm not saying you can't do those things, but everything in moderation. And if you are going to do those things, you have to do some positive things to clean up with. Water. Lots and lots of water. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. Green. Like the green weed you smoke, you must take in green leafy vegetables at a constant rate in order to overcome and transform the negative energies and the toxins that are 24 hours a day attacking our body. Even if you don't drink, smoke, or pop pills, the air is filled with chemicals. Look at it. If you drive down South Philly going to the Sixers game, you ride right past one of the biggest toxic dumps in America, the Sunoco refinery, constantly polluting the air of Philadelphia with oil and chemical emissions. You see it every day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's polluting the atmosphere. That comes inside your body. If you don't clean out your body, you become full of toxins and poisons. Toxins and poisons. We live in a toxic, poisonous environment. If you do not clean your body and your mind, you become a toxinous, poisonous person. We're walking scabs, and we must learn to heal ourselves. And the number one way you heal yourself is with self-love. If you love yourself, there's certain things you wouldn't put in your body. If you love yourself, there's certain people you wouldn't be around because you see that they don't love themselves, so how can they possibly love you? When they say they love you, you don't love your mother. You disrespect your mother. You don't feed your baby mom, and you don't take care of your kids. So if you don't love your mom, your baby mom, or your kids, and you may say you do, but your actions show that that's not true, why would I ever believe you when you say you love me? Wrapping it up, please do not tell me you love a God that you cannot see, but you hate his sons and daughters who you see every day on earth. When you tell me what would Jesus do, he would not hate somebody simply because he prayed to another God different than he did. Because at the end of the day, all religions and all spiritualities revolve around two things. Honor your God as you would yourself, and treat your fellow human being as you would treat yourself. If you do them two things, it don't matter what religion you believe in. It really don't matter how much money you got in your pocket, and it really doesn't matter what you do for a living. It's all about being able to respect others and respect yourself. And if you can't get up in the morning and look in the mirror and enjoy the person that you see without all your funny clothes and trinkets and gold jewelries and weaves and makeups, and if you can't go to bed at night and sleep without a television and sleep without constantly going through your iPhone and your Twitter to distract you from the fact that you really don't like yourself and you really can't be by yourself without a crowd of people, the most scariest point in your life is when you're all alone by yourself, when the crowd is gone, when your Instagram fame and fans is off, and it's just you, yourself, and I. If you can't deal with that reality, then nothing you ever do in life is ever going to matter, because you're just going to be a clown crying in your own B-movie that nobody is ever going to watch except you. They're not laughing with you, young man. They're laughing at you. Believe me, I've been there. The happiest point in anybody's life is when you realize you don't need other people to be happy. Whenever you need another person for a ride, whenever you need another person for a couple dollars, whenever you need another person for anything, you subject yourself to the whims and fancies of life. The only way you can ever be free is to not need anything. Not needing anything frees you from oppression. It frees you from opinion. It frees you from stereotype and self-doubt because you need nor want anything from anybody except what you can give yourself, which is love and respect. If you love and respect yourself, the opinion of the thoughts and the trolls and the mindless savages that infect the streets and the internet means nothing to you. And no, I'm not angry. And no, I don't need no because I can get that 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. Your woman be pillow talking to me because I'm the OG and I can always smile. I can always be happy. And I can always put on my gangster grill and back down even the savagest, most gangster gorilla in the street. I'm just saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And just because I'm a poet, I will not pull my microphone out on a gangster. I don't get in your lane, you don't get in mine, and everything will be fine and we all can shine. Remember, a real gangster is the most respectful, decent human being generally on the streets. He generally looks out for old women. He generally pays for kids that's not his. Certain situations with babies, women's that he might be dealing with, he takes on those kids as his own, even if those kids aren't his, because he realizes that if you're messing with the mama, you're messing with the baby. If you're messing with the mama, you're messing with the daughter. And if you're looking out for the woman, you got to look out for her kids. It's a package deal. You can't take the without the ah. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. EBOGWP60, EBOG5919, Black and Nobel, Senior Spitterson, Chief Rocker, Freestyle Fanatic. Holler at us, 1409 Erie Avenue. Holler at us, blackandnobel.com. Rise up, educate yourself. Knowledge is power. Don't fall for the flim flam. Don't fall for the okey doke. Put the guns down and put your hands up. I'm not talking about surrender. I'm talking about slap box and fist fight. I remember the days in front of Overbrook when the JBM used to pull up and somebody would make a comment like this. You ain't without that put that away and I'll whoop your ass. And I saw with my own eyes guys reach into their waist, pull out their 45 or their 9mm, pass it off to their man and say, I got you, come on over here. And bing bop and bing bing, and win, lose, or draw, that hammer stayed where it was at and didn't get pulled out if the dude lost a fair fist fight. I seen dudes dragged out of their Volvo 740 station wagons, which was the hottie shoddy car back in the late 80s, 86, 87. I seen dudes get pulled out the car because they couldn't fight and they didn't have a gun. It was all about your reputation and what you had earned in the street. You couldn't just flip an ounce and tell people you was a drug dealer. You couldn't just make one freestyle in the basement and then get up on the Wynn Ballroom or get up on 52nd Street or walk out the plateau and get on top of the roof and rap. No, my brother. You had to earn your stripes. Some gangster, some killer, some hip-hopper in the community with respect had to vouch for you first. They had to put their reputation on the line because you would have had to have went through the obstacle course that they set up for you before they would even allow you to get in front of the DJ. Because in our day, the DJ controlled it. The DJ was the most important man there. The rapper was more like a side piece to the DJ. The rapper's main job was to talk about how good the DJ was because everybody came for the music. They didn't really come for the MC. The MC sort of elevated his position over the course of the years. And my point is, a lot of times people come here to spit at open mic every Wednesday here at Black and Nobel. Shout out to DJ the Singer and Cocaine Kisses and everybody who puts that thing together, DJ Spitz. Every Wednesday here at blackandnobel.com. We live stream at blackandnobel.com, 1409. Like I said, every Wednesday night, 9 to 2. $5 to get in, $5 to perform. And we have a lot of artists who come through here from all over the tri-state area. And the funny thing is, one of the brothers was leaving the other day and I said, yo, bro, you a real MC. And he looked at me like he didn't know what the word MC meant. And I said, bro, you don't know what the word MC means? He was like, nah, big bro, I don't know what it means. Instead of being disgusted, instead of being angry and upset like I normally am at the youth for not knowing their history, I decided instead of to grind up, as the brother Khalid said, I decided to teach. I said, listen, I'm not going to give you the answer, but when you come back here next Wednesday, your homework assignment is to go look up what the word MC means. Last Wednesday, he came in here, he did a great song. We went to the back to, get meditated and relax and relive the experience. And he came in with a CD. He had the look of glory in his eyes like, yo, OG, you really put me on, man. I really appreciate it. And he figured out what the word MC means. MC means master of ceremony. So An MC is somebody who has mastered the ceremony, which means he is a master of the ceremony of communication, which means you can communicate with somebody whether you're rapping, whether you're doing spoken word, whether you busting it up, politicking, or trying to holler at a shorty. A good rapper, a good MC should be able to get pulled over by the police with an ounce of weed in the car and a gun and get out of it based on his ability to communicate and speak and paint pictures, to paint a picture for that law enforcement officer that would enable that law enforcement officer to say, hey, it's a reasonable doubt that this man is guilty of what I think he is. I can't tell for sure. He's being respectful. He's being polite. He has all his paperwork and driver license in order, and he's looking me in my face. The car don't smell like weed. He ain't got no warrant, so he's out of here. That's what a real MC is able to do. It ain't just about, you know what I'm saying, spitting some bars on a microphone. An MC should be able to go up to his child's school and ascertain why his child was suspended, and be able to debate and talk about the issue with the support staff of the school in an intelligent and intellectual way without them having to either A, call the cops, B, call security, or C, laugh at your dumb ass because you don't have a good enough command of the English language to debate or talk about anything without speaking slang or cursing. Now, finally, be about what you say you about. Stop pump faking and flim-flamming on Instagram. One of the proudest moments of my life is on a daily basis when people see me out in the street and run down on me with that EBOGWP60 or EBOG5919 shit, and they think it's just some act on the gram and ask me for 16 bars, they get 32. I really do what I say I do. You really will see me out in the street walking my pit bulls every morning. You really will see me on the subway, on the train, in a whip, you know what I'm saying, out the Platte, at the Sixers game, at the Eagles game, tailgating at all the concerts. Wherever it is, I am there. And I am well respected and interjected wherever I go. So therefore, my thing is respect the OGs, respect your culture, respect yourself. Black and Nobel, we in the place to be. EBOGWP60, EBOG5919. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. Know your history. Know your role. And you too, if you educate yourself and believe in yourself and respect yourself, you too can be 50 years old looking as good as I do. You too can have perfect shiny white teeth, perfect skin tone, always looking fly and fresh in your clothes, smelling nice, looking nice, feeling good about yourself, respected amongst the people, white, black, Puerto Rican. They all love the way that I'm speaking. EBOGWP60. Thanks to my man for showing us love today and coming through and recording us. And hopefully this message gets out to the world. Anything you need promoted, anything you need advertised, holler at us. Black and Nobel, EBOGWP60. I'm king of the one takes. Give me a product, I'll promote it. Need a rhyme, need a hook, need a bar, need something real, I'm the man that you can feel. Go to peaceblackpeople.com, peaceblackpeople.com. Black people, we need peace. So if you want some peace, go to peaceblackpeople.com. Improving, inspiring, and motivating our people to do better. Peaceblackpeople.com. Learn about yourself, learn about your culture, learn about your people. Get up, stand up for what's right. Peaceblackpeople.com. Never give up the fight. Peace.
Educated war, delegated war, segregated war, melanated war, Republican war, Democratic war, everybody war, what we fighting for? I just want my peace of mind. Peace. I just want my peace of mind. Peace. I just want my peace of mind. Peace. I just want my peace of mind. World peace. World peace. World peace. I just want my peace of mind. World peace. World peace. World peace. I just want my peace of mind. World peace. World peace. World peace. I just want my peace of mind. World peace. World peace. World peace. Ain't no more pot, no more telling you keep your head up. It's do or die, do